What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to another actually beautiful day here in Houston. It's actually really nice. And today we're going to be installing the radar detector and trying to save a little bit of money by using a mirror tap to tap into the power on our overhead console instead of some of the other expensive options that we have out there. Man, does she look pretty, guys. Woo. Unfortunately, we can't keep it on these wheels for daily driving, so we're gonna have to go ahead and swap these wheels out over. So I'm gonna try to do that first. We'll swap these wheels out and then we'll get to the radar install. So one thing I've never really found out or never really figured out is how much these wheels weigh. So I got my scale here. We're gonna take these off, and then before we put them on, we'll do the comparison of the weight between the front wheels and the back wheels. Okay, so here we've got the front wheel, which is an 18 with Michelin, just looks like regular street tires, 245 45s. So that, as you can see, is much smaller than our front 20-inch wheel, which has a 285 30 tire on there. So I expect to see very big difference in weight between both of these two. Let's find out just what it is. Alright, so 48.8 pounds. That is how much the Weld wheel front wheel weighs. 48.8 pounds. Now let's see how much the stock one weighs. Okay guys, so our front one weighs 55.7, almost 56 pounds. So you're looking at about 7-pound difference per the front and the rear on these two, which is surprisingly not as much as I thought, but that just goes to show you that these MRR wheels are actually fairly lightweight. I mean, going from an 18-inch wheel to a 20-inch wheel was only about a 7-pound difference, which I understand with rotating mass can mean a lot. So we are getting some help. I'm sure if we would have had like the skinny version of the front runners, then we'd save ourselves a lot more weight, which, since these aren't my daily driver wheels, I might look into maybe swapping these 18x8 front welds for some maybe 18x5 skinny welds, so that we can get a little bit better time and have a true proper drag pack. What do you guys think? Should I do that or should I not? I think it's not necessary, but it would look cooler having the skinny wheel in the front. Definitely give it more of a track car look, but we'll see how that goes. Now let's go and weigh the two rear ones and see how those differ. Alright guys, so the rear 17x10 with the 305 drag radial weigh 56.3 pounds, and that is our rear tire. Now let's go see what the rear street tire weighs. Wow, check that out guys. So this weighs the exact same 56.3 pounds that are on the street MRR wheels that are big Mickey Thompson drag radial weighs. So we really aren't saving a lot of weight on these tires, guys. I'm actually shocked. I was expecting a lot more weight savings, guys. These again are the MRR replica wheels, and here we have our drag wheels, which are supposed to be lighter and all that, but smaller wheel, 17, but probably bigger tire. We've got a fatter tire here compared to the 20-inch wheel, but weight was pretty much identical, 56.3 pounds between both rear wheels. That is impressive. I'm pretty shocked right now, because you know, usually you get drag wheels so that you can reduce the weight and help the car with rotational mass, but it sounds to me like if you've got the replica 1LE wheels, all you need is probably put a good tire on it and your car will perform pretty much the same. The advantage, I believe, for drag packs is going to be in the front wheels, where we saw that the stock front was about 7 pounds heavier than even this, which is not a drag skinny. So I can imagine with the skinnier 18x5 inch wheel with the true skinny tire, you're gonna have maybe up to 10 pounds of weight difference per side, which would make some very big improvements. So wow, that's impressive. I did not expect that, but there you go. If you wanted to know, the MRR replica wheels are very lightweight and pretty much weigh the same as your true Weld wheels. So let's go ahead and finish this up so we can get to the radar install. Alright guys, so here we have it. This is a Valentine 1 radar detector, and I've had this for years now, and it is still to date one of the best radar detectors in the market. Definitely doesn't filter as well as some of the newer ones, but it definitely can detect everything with way more than enough stuff advanced, except for of course laser, which once that goes off you're pretty much screwed. But as you can see, I have this cord here which just has some leads, and that's because this is called the mirror tap power adapter, and it has an inline fuse built right in, and this is supposed to work with your mirrors to power up using the power that goes up to your rear view mirror. So we're going to try to find that power source and see if we can get this working. Alright guys, so normally when you guys have any type of power device clipped to the windshield, it comes with a 12 volt power plug that can go into your car, but obviously you don't want to be running this cord from the windshield through this front area all the way here. So what you can do is use this thing here, which is the same thing, a power cord, but hopefully my plan is to be able to route it under the firewall here and then tap into the power here. So we're gonna pop this off and see if we can find a lead or a plug or a pin that's got power, and then just this matter of routing it out so that the power comes either from here or through this back side, and we can mount the radar detector here and have power literally right there and out of the way, so you don't have a power cable coming all the way down. So this is very easy to pop off. I just used a nice pry tool, and you start from the edges, and then you see there's a couple clips here on the edge, there's some in here in the middle, and then again on the other edge. So that comes off, and then I believe this should just kind of fold out, and we can see a couple plugs here, and it doesn't seem like there's many options here for us. So let me go ahead and get my tester and see what we can find. Well guys, unfortunately I guess the 19s really do have something different. I thought I could save a little bit of money, but it looks like if we want to do a hard wire system, we're going to need to order the harness that goes like Gen 5 DIY makes. So I found a switched 12 volt power source, but for some reason, and that could also be another thing, maybe this mirror tap no longer works. I am gonna check the continuity here and see how that is, but yeah, either that or my Valentine 1 doesn't work. This has been pretty reliable, pretty old. I haven't used it in a long time, and maybe this just isn't working anymore. But there is, I had to unplug my sunroof, the OnStar plug, and then in the back, way back here, is the airbag. And on the 2019s, the switched volt is between the black wire and the green wire. That is what will switch and give you 0 or 15 volts when the car is in accessory mode or on, and when you turn it off. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and order one of these on Amazon, hopefully get this in a day or two. And alright guys, so it is already the next day, and we've got our new mirror tab delivered from Amazon Prime. And one thing that I noticed is that this one actually comes with 2 styles of taps, of fatter and then a skinnier one, a narrow tap, which might have been my problem, because if you remember, I actually had to cut mine because they wouldn't fit. Now this runs off of 12 volts and this is a 12 volt battery, and here are our 2 negative and positive terminals. So remember, we couldn't get this one to work. Well, when I tried this, and let me go ahead and prop you guys up so that I can show you guys. So when we use this and stick this in, this is working properly. So this mirror tap plug is actually working and functioning. Now why it wouldn't work up there when we had that switch 12 volts, I'm thinking these were just not making good contact because they were the fatter, and I actually cut them up. If you kind of see there, they were cut. So I'm gonna try this new one with the dual style narrower connections to see if this will work. Alright guys, so this airbag plug is the only one that is actually has any type of switch voltage, but unfortunately the switch voltage that this is getting is almost 18 volts, which this thing is probably not rated to be operated at 18 volts. It probably has a power supply in here that probably doesn't let it go maybe 15 volts, so it's just a little high, and therefore that's why our mirror taps don't work. Now you could kind of jerry rig some resistors or something like that to kind of drop the voltage down, but it's quite complex, so I'm just gonna chalk this one up to saying we're gonna have to bite the bullet and just order the Gen 5 DIY harness, radar harness adapter, which I was hoping I didn't have to do because this is $20 and the Gen 5 DIY harness is about $60 or $70. But if we want to have a radar detector mounted up here without any wires or anything hanging, then we do need to get that harness. So anyways guys, I did my best, I tried, and it looks like for the 2019 guys, we are just out of luck and we're gonna have to use that harness. I know there's some DIYs on the forums where they were using this plug successfully, the airbag light plug. I know there's in the forums, there's guys that were using this plug from the airbag light successfully on the 16 through 18s, but unfortunately for the 2019 it just can't be done. So I'm gonna put all this back up together and I'll talk to you guys right now. Well guys, we tried to save some money here, but unfortunately these 2019s, besides just getting a new front end and rear end refresh, they also did some changes to the wiring and stuff. So I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and buy the Gen 5 DIY radar detector harness, and when I do, I'll make sure to update you guys and show you guys how you guys can run that on your 2019. But that's it for today's video guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the likes, thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I'm out here doing my best to get you guys some good content, some good videos, stuff dealing with Camaros and just cars in general. So make sure you subscribe because there's a bunch of videos coming. And if you really want to help out and support the channel, check out the link down below to the store, the Teespring store, and grab yourself this Shield shirt. As you guys can see, we've got them in white and we've got them in black. I've also got a few phone cases in case anybody wants to rep that. So with that said guys, I hope you guys enjoyed your video, and if you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.